Hi everyone, I'm Madhuri from National Skills Network, and before we get on to the topic of today's presentation, I would like to thank you for watching my previous presentation, the first one on the revised NSQF levels, and today I would like to take it forward with the level descriptors, which play a very important role. But then before we proceed with the presentation, I thought I need to share this with all of you. Let us look back at the kind of world of work we are living in, or the kind of future of work we visualize. So are we preparing our youth for this kind of work? Are our parents aware that this is the kind of change that's going to happen, and their children will be probably working in a very different kind of an atmosphere where there isn't much security, where there is a need for them to adapt, where there is a need for them to look at different ways of fulfilling their career ambitions. So it is here that the NSQF and the level descriptors play a very important role in helping us align the qualifications, the training, learning, practical training, etc. with the world of work as per the job roles. And when we talk about, let's say, sustainable livelihoods or gainful employment or any kind of upskilling in a career path, these level descriptors in the entire framework play a very important role, and they come very handy when we have to qualify different kinds of levels and take them on to the next level, or assess and tell the person about the level they are in. This is also very important for RPL, that is recognition of prior learning. So when we go through the level descriptors, we will understand the importance, and also we will see today how these entire framework and also the level descriptors are actually becoming very crucial in mainstreaming vocational education, whether at the school level or at the college level, and at the same time connecting the workforce with the kind of upskilling opportunities they can have, and also trying to prepare the younger generation to transition to the world of work. Now let me take you through the details of level descriptors and parameters for the revised NSQF levels. These are descriptions which are provided for each level. We will look at them in the next part of my presentation. But before that, let's revisit the importance of NSQF in the backdrop of NEP 2020, along with the credit framework, which creates pathways for learners and also gives them an opportunity to learn and grow in their careers, because the qualifications here help us in assessing their learning levels and also prepare them for job roles by assessing the right knowledge, skills, and aptitude. And the levels that are described in NSQF are things which can be assessed regardless of how one learns through formal, informal, or non-formal learning. Now, let me take you through this example of an industry scenario, or rather multiple industries which have various kinds of jobs, which could be formal or informal kind of an employment, and industry could be organized or unorganized. Now, for the people who are entering into such industries, it is important that they qualify as per the National Qualification Framework. But at the same time, for those who have been working in informal sector, they should also get an opportunity to get into the formal sector through recognition of prior learning for better job prospects, better income, and gainful employment and upward mobility. So whether you look at retail, automotive, or manufacturing, or logistics, any of these industries or sectors, there is a good opportunity for utilizing the framework and the level descriptors which go with it. This is the revised NSQF level. Now, from earlier 10 levels, today we have 8 levels, and we also have the range here for some levels. For more information on this, please refer to my first video presentation, which is available on YouTube. So to revisit these levels, as you can see here, the levels are in linear progression from 1 to 8. And here for each level, we have various competencies, and competency here is something that represents the skill, the complexity, knowledge, and responsibility that is needed to perform on a certain job at a particular level. So as you can see here, level 1 of the framework is actually the lowest in terms of complexity, and level 8 would be the highest in terms of complexity. Now, it is not like always one goes up in a linear manner here. You can also enter at different levels based on your experience, like through RPL or after a gap of, let's say, learning and employment, and continuing with your, jobs and any kind of self-employment also. Now, even the level descriptors have undergone a small change with the revised NSQF levels. Earlier, we had these 5 descriptors, which used to describe the process, the professional knowledge, professional skill, core skill, and responsibility. Now, you have the professional theoretical knowledge, the professional and technical skills and expertise, and aptitude, mindset, employment readiness, and entrepreneurship skills. I think this is very important here to see how it is different from the previous one, where we are emphasizing on the entrepreneurship skills also, along with broad learning outcomes and levels of responsibility. Now, let us go through each one of the level descriptors. First one being the knowledge. Knowledge, as we know, plays an important role when we undergo any training program or any academic program. We acquire a lot of knowledge. And here, professional knowledge and understanding that helps us in acquiring a certain expertise over a period of time in any job is what constitutes the first descriptor, that is knowledge. The second descriptor is technical skills or any kind of professional skills and expertise. And here we are talking about skills which are actually application of the knowledge to perform and accomplish certain tasks, again in the context of the workplace. Then comes the employability skills and aptitude. This is more like 21st century skills and other soft skills that make us employable, in any kind of a job role, along with scope for entrepreneurship skills. Why entrepreneurship skills become important here is because, as we know, for many skill-based training programs and also certain job roles can lead on to entrepreneurship. So people can launch themselves as self-employed or create small enterprises. Then the learning outcomes is another important descriptor, where we are talking about broad learning outcomes which can be described, which can be demonstrated. And these become the criteria for performance measurement, for performance evaluation, and also how much of process orientation is happening on the job. Then comes responsibility. How responsible is this person on the job? So at the lowest level, maybe there is not much of a responsibility, but as the person grows higher, then the expectation is like say in supervisory roles or managerial roles, there is a higher level of responsibility towards becoming autonomous. Now, to summarize the 5 level descriptors, we have knowledge, technical skills, employability skills, learning outcomes, and responsibility. So together, they form the competency levels. Now, why are these descriptors important? Let's look at that. One of the reasons is that, these give us very broad, general, and meaningful indicator of the learning outcomes at each level. That is at each level of the NSQF framework. And they also help us in allocating levels for learning programs, for qualifications, and for comparisons. You need to compare 2 types of learning outcomes, or validation of qualifications, or to communicate with learners and tell them upfront what is the kind of expectation they should have, and also for tracking and mapping progression. That's very important when people are kind of going through various learning programs. And that's where the measurement aspect also comes into the picture, and also to make requirements at the entry level and recommendations for various programs. Now, for example, you look at these two industries, the retail industry and the healthcare industry, which are very popular kind of job roles we see around us. So here you see there is good scope for people to move from one level to other level. Let's say, for example, if somebody is starting at level 3, can move up to level 6, provided this person undergoes training or kind of does well in the workplace, and then goes up in the level for qualification and gets a better job role, which is well paying and also more responsible. Similarly, in the healthcare industry, if somebody is a nurse and she's at level 3, she can always go up to level 5, which is like a head nurse or team lead or whatever. So there is always scope, but then when you are looking at the growth of a person and you have to assess the levels and assess the performance, these descriptors become very important. Now, here is the complete picture of the level descriptors, which are 5 of them. We just saw them. And here you also have the NSQF levels listed. As you can see the big picture here, how it works. Now, let's look at the first level, where it is all confined to elementary knowledge, very basic level kind of expectations, and person is usually doing very repetitive tasks and more like a helper. And it is quite similar in the second level also. There isn't much difference. Whereas when you come to the third level, the range of knowledge expectations are higher, and the range of technical skills are also higher. And there is also in terms of the aptitude and the kind of employability skills, it is expected that this person is good at teamwork or team leadership, and also probably ready to take on an entrepreneurial role if they want to start on their own. And they should also be able to carry out a range of tasks on their own and be accountable and responsible. Now, level 4, it kind of goes up. And then here you have, the higher level of specialized knowledge, specialized skills, and also specialized tasks. So you see here from level 1 how the progression is happening in terms of the knowledge, in terms of skills, in terms of mindset and attitudes and aptitude, in terms of learning outcomes and responsibility of the person as per different job roles. Now, in the 5th level, it is not just specialized knowledge, but multidisciplinary kind of knowledge and a range of skills along with specialized skills. And also in terms of learning outcomes, this person should demonstrate good judgment and decision making kind of capabilities, because at this level normally the person would be handling a role like a junior manager or a team lead. Then level 6, again, you have multidisciplinary specialized knowledge, advanced managerial skills, and so on. So it kind of goes a level higher. And level 7 is kind of, something which is really at the level of management, okay, at the level of high level leadership team, that kind of a role it is. So you need to have not just specialized or advanced knowledge, but also critical understanding, the big picture view, the kind of developments that are happening in terms of knowledge. And in terms of skills, there is a need for transdisciplinary and kind of leadership kind of skills are required here, along with let's say highly specialized technical skills. The person may not be a hands-on person, but knowledge and skills are both required, and competencies are mostly in terms of leadership and the role that the person is going to perform in that particular job demands a lot of leadership and a lot of critical abilities. Now, level 8, which is the ultimate mastery of knowledge, and then being innovation driven, all these lead to something like the senior most person in an organization. That could be the role. So here the skills are also very advanced technical skills, and in terms of mindset and employability or any of these other soft skills, this person has to demonstrate a lot of authority and a lot of social intelligence. So these are some expectations at the highest level, that is 8th level. And also they should be able to lead big transformational kind of projects. So these are the levels here which we have seen, and these levels uh, are very critical, in fact, as we have seen the levels 1 to 8 in terms of listing down various qualifications. Now, the levels alongside their descriptors or the parameters which are listed here play an important role for us to understand the job requirements, the kind of job descriptions, the kind of expectations the industry has in terms of skills and knowledge, so that the person is prepared to take up the assignment in whatever job role. Now, before I close this presentation, I would like to just share an example from hospitality industry. Like we just saw, if a chef is working at the level 3 of NSQF, which has descriptions like knowledge, skills, and also entrepreneurial readiness, etc. After a certain time, with experience or with learning, this person can actually become, like a chef, a senior chef. And also there the requirement will be, they will have to have a lot of multidisciplinary kind of knowledge and advanced skills, leadership, judgment, etc. We just saw that in the framework. So I just thought I will close with this kind of an example. When you look around various job roles and try to see the curriculum, you will always come across a good curriculum which is based on the qualifications and various standards will definitely follow this. In my next presentation, I am going to go deeper into the qualifications, like the qualification pack, as we say, the QP, and the National Occupation Standards. A combination of various National Occupation Standards actually make a qualification pack. And this in turn is kind of explaining the entire job role and helps us create the curriculum, the training methodology, the assessments, and other things that go with it at various NSQF levels. So thanks for watching this presentation, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you found this presentation useful, I would request you to share it with your colleagues and friends who could benefit from it, and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any more presentations from us. Thank you, and you can always share your comments and your feedback. We'd be very happy to hear from you.